The land of Israel was once a beacon of hope. Now it cowered under the oppressive rule of the Midianites. These fierce warriors swept across the land like a plague of locusts. They devoured the crops, stole the livestock, and left behind a trail of devastation. The Israelites, once a proud and free people, were driven into hiding. They sought refuge in caves and mountain strongholds. Fear became their constant companion. The future seemed bleak, shrouded in the shadow of Midianite tyranny. The people cried out for deliverance, their voices echoing through the desolate hills. Hope seemed like a distant memory, a flickering flame about to be extinguished by the winds of oppression. The Israelites had almost forgotten what it meant to live in freedom and abundance. Their spirits were crushed, their hearts heavy with despair. In the small village of Ophrah, a young man named Gideon toiled away. He was threshing wheat, not in the open fields, but hidden in a winepress. This was not the act of a farmer, but the desperate measure of a man trying to survive. He worked quickly, stealing glances over his shoulder, ever fearful of the approaching Midianites. Gideon was not a warrior or a leader. He was a farmer, the youngest son of a humble family. He was an unlikely candidate for heroism. Yet, God often chooses the weak and the humble to accomplish his greatest purposes. In Gideon's hidden fear and quiet obedience, God saw a heart that was ready to be molded into a vessel of courage and faith. He was a man of simple means and simple faith, wrestling with the same fears and doubts that plagued his people. But beneath the surface of this ordinary man, a dormant hero awaited the divine spark to ignite his destiny. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord appeared before Gideon. Bathed in divine light, the angel's presence filled the winepress with an otherworldly glow. "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior," the angel declared, his voice booming with authority, yet calming in its assurance. Gideon, taken aback by the radiant apparition, could only stare in disbelief. He was no mighty warrior. He was Gideon, the fearful farmer hiding from the Midianites. "How can I save Israel?" Gideon questioned, his voice laced with skepticism and a hint of fear. "My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." This was no time for self-doubt or questioning. God had seen something in Gideon, a strength hidden beneath layers of fear and uncertainty. The angel, a messenger of hope and a herald of change, had arrived to awaken the sleeping giant within. Despite the angel's words, doubt gnawed at Gideon's heart. How could he, a simple farmer, possibly stand against the mighty Midianite army? To reassure Gideon, the angel instructed him to prepare an offering. Gideon obeyed, his heart still pounding with uncertainty. He laid out the offering on a rock. Then the angel touched it with his staff. Fire erupted from the rock, consuming the offering in a flash of flames. It was a sign, a visible demonstration of God's power and presence. Gideon, witnessing this divine display, fell to his knees in awe and newfound faith. He had asked for a sign, and a sign he received. The impossible, the inconceivable, unfolded before his very eyes. It was a moment of transformation, a turning point where doubt gave way to belief, and fear bowed to courage. Gideon, empowered by God's Spirit, rallied the Israelites to his cause. An army assembled, ready to confront the Midianite threat. But God had a plan to demonstrate that victory comes not by might nor by power, but by his Spirit. He instructed Gideon to reduce his army not once, but twice. In the end, only 300 men remained, a mere fraction of the original force. These men, armed with only trumpets, torches, and clay jars, marched towards the Midianite camp under the cover of darkness. The stage was set for an improbable victory, a testament to the power of faith and the unwavering might of the divine. It was a battle that would be won not by swords and shields, but by the unseen hand of God guiding his chosen people.